Welcome back to SportsLine. We've been kicking it with PGA teaching professional Virgil Herring here in studio, having a great time talking all things golf. Right back to the phone lines. Julie has been waiting patiently on line one. Julie, good evening.
Good evening. I would like to say that I really hope Brandt Snedeker is going to be kind of good champion very soon for golfing. And also, I was in Japan when Tiger came over to visit in Tokyo. And he was advertising Georgia coffee, believe it or not. It's kind of Brandt over there.
Yeah, and I know that over in the Far East they pay a lot of money for American celebs to come over and hawk their wares, so I'm sure he made a nice payday doing that. Mm-hmm.
Yes, his faces were all over the subways and trains and things, so anyway, also I'd like to say I hope that Justin Rose is going to be successful. Also, I'm guessing Tiger, honestly, I think he's going to have a comeback. I know you all think differently, but it's just my thinking. So
it's wishful thinking, Julie, but, you know, dream on.
Well,
I shouldn't say that. I'm a jerk. I mean, you know, it's your dream. It's your wish. I mean, take it and run with it.
That's right. And also, he's been through a lot of personal challenges, I think, and so it's no wonder he must have looked beat up or something on camera.
Well, a lot of that he's brought on himself, and I think, Virgil, you would agree. I mean, you know, not to get into specifics or anything, but a lot of that stuff that's gone on, he's brought on himself. And, you know, whether you're a rich or famous athlete, I think we can all agree you have to take responsibility for your actions.
Yes, I think so. Yes, I agree.
Now, listen, Julie, I'm a flawed person. I make my share of mistakes. I am in no position to, you know, cast judgment on anybody. But, you know, the facts are the facts.
Yeah. I think so. Also, I hope that Hideki Matsuyama he's going to get better, I think, and win some tournaments.
Yeah. All right, Julie, thanks for the phone call. We appreciate it. All right, Julie, dropping some golf knowledge on us tonight.
Well, on my radio show, I picked Justin Rose to win on Saturday, and I'm not going to back off of that. I believe he's a perfect fit for this event. He plays this style of golf well. He's a deserving champion, and once again, he draws the golf ball well. He's my pick going in, my pre-tournament pick. Brandt Snedeker, this is a golf course that Brandt could win. Brandt is not the longest player. He's actually probably just below middle in distance. But St. Andrews is not a golf course that you have to be long. You just have to be in play, and you have to be on the right side all the time, the correct side, I should say. If Brandt has a good positioning week and has his best putting week of his life, he'll win. But if he doesn't have that, it's going to be hard for him to make up the ground on certain amount of holes over 4 days over a person who hits it significantly longer and has a better week. But if Brandt has a great week with his putter anywhere, because he's, in my opinion, he's one of the 5 greatest putters we've ever seen.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. If he gets hot, it is absolutely unbelievable to watch. Yeah. The hole looks like 5 feet wide. And he can win. He certainly can win. It's a good golf course for him. I believe he will contend. Wow. I don't believe that he will win, but I think that he will contend, and he's going to stick his nose in it.
Well, obviously, everybody here in Nashville would love to see Brandt Snedeker finally win a major. I mean, he's just a great guy. He's from here, went to Vanderbilt. You know, what are some of the things you mentioned the fact that he doesn't bomb it off the tee, and that certain golf courses, certain championships, that's going to hinder him. But what are some of the things you think may be holding him back a little bit from finally getting over the hump and winning that first major?
Well, statistically, it's showing that on Sunday, with a chance to win, the putter goes cold on him.
Yeah, we've seen that at the Masters a couple times, right?
And that is something that I can't even figure out. I mean, I've been blessed to have worked with him for a very long time, and he's the greatest player I've ever taught. But that putting stroke gets a little faster. Yeah. I think he's maybe a teeny bit too aware of history and tries too hard.
Yeah.
And you know, he knows that I'm as as big a fan. I would love to see him win. It would be great for him, great for Nashville, great for golf in this community. He does so much now.
Yeah.
I just think that it's important for him to be okay if he doesn't win. I think that he wants it so bad that it's almost like he's not okay if he doesn't win a major championship. And it will be okay because he's bigger than golf.
Right.
But when it's your life and it's
he's an icon, especially in this area.
And he probably who doesn't want to have history attached to themselves when you're as good as he is? So I mean, I understand it. I just hope that one day he finds himself in that place where he's so locked into being I'm Brandt Snedeker that it happens for him, because that's the piece that's missing.
Tom Watson, he's won this event 5 times, I believe. Yes. 65 years young, going to compete in his last Open Championship. I think back to 5 years ago when Tiger didn't make the cut, and then thank goodness the network had Tom Watson, that story. It made an unbelievable run, was in serious contention to win the thing, kind of ran out of gas towards the end. You know, when you talk about the great all-time golfers, everybody talks about, you know, obviously Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, Gary Player. You don't hear a lot about Tom Watson. And I remember I was such a Jack Nicklaus fan growing up.
Yeah.
I kind of hated Tom because Tom would sneak up on him and beat him once in a while. You think how many more majors Jack would have had were it not for Tom Watson? Where does he rank in the pantheon of all-time greatest golfers?
He's in the top 15.
Yeah.
I think when we think about Tom Watson, I don't think I've ever hurt worse for my own personal loss in golf than I hurt for Tom Watson when he had basically a perfect shot on the 18th hole and it goes over the green. I just still can't believe it that he didn't win. And so I've been on my radio show with people who said he won, it didn't happen.
Right.
But that to me is that would have been the greatest achievement in sports. For a nearly 60-year-old person to win a major golf championship.
Amazing. It was so compelling.
It was unbelievable. I think that he's not in the same ballpark as the what I call the Mount Rushmore, which is, you know, Bobby Jones, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, Ben Hogan. And then you got that. And then they should almost have 6 because you have to have Arnie and Byron Nelson in there, and then you got Gary Player and blah 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 whatever. Right. But he's not in that group. But he is in that next group with Faldo and, you know, Greg Norman and that group right there. Although Norman only won 2 majors, he's won a lot of golf tournaments. Yeah. And carried the sport in that tweener time between Nicklaus and Tiger. He's in that group, but he's such a great guy. But I think the reason why he doesn't get much respect is his putter went cold, and he was basically not heard of for like 17 years. Yeah. So he just disappeared, and the greatest never disappeared.
Yeah, amazing stuff. We got about a minute and a half left in this segment. As a teaching professional, what's the #1 thing people come in and they want to do right away when they start taking lessons?
I think that they want to learn how to hit the golf ball pure, whatever that means to them. Everybody's pure is different because certain club head speeds will dictate a different level of pure. But everybody would love, my opinion is most people come to me and they would rather not putt great, but if they could just hit the golf ball great.
Good-looking shot off the tee, right?
It wouldn't matter if they 3-putted 9 times until they started 3-putting 9 times every time, and then they get really hacked off about it. But nevertheless, it's all about the majestic feeling that you get from hitting a golf shot pure. People want that more and more and more, and that's what I try to provide.
Absolutely. Few do it better than Virgil Herring. We're going to come back. One more segment, wrap things up. He's going to get his plugs in, and we're going to get ready for the Open Championship. One more segment with Virgil right after this. Stay with us.